Hi, everyone. Welcome to Coffee Hour. Grab your mug, get comfortable, and let's have a real conversation today.
We're so glad you're here. And first,
What are you drinking today? This is one of my favorite cups. It's Southern Girl Coffee Co. It's in Oxford, Alabama, and they had the best coffee ever. And when I broke my mug, and I was so sad, so a friend actually ended up sending me another one. It was really nice.
Good to have friends. All right. This is my brain mug.
What are you drinking today?
I see. Brisk. It's delicious.
It's coffee or tea hour, I suppose, and that's just fine. Drop a comment below what you're drinking
today. You had lemonade once.
I have lemonade now. I love those little lemonade packets, and you stick it in there, the natural kind.
Yes, you do.
Okay, so this week we've been talking about communication, asking for what you need, fear of judgment, over-explaining.
Right.
And honestly, this week especially hit close to home for me and her, I guess. So we teach this work, but we're also living it. We're not immune to these struggles.
Exactly. Not even close. So today we thought we'd pull back the curtain just a little bit and share some real moments that we've had to use our own framework, which is where it came from. Because we used it for us anyway.
That's right. So. Because the LifeSet framework released Rewire Restore, it's not just theory. It's what we use when we catch ourselves stuck in these patterns.
So let's get a little vulnerable. Christina's going first.
Hey! Okay. Well, if you've been on our school site, you've noticed a lot of changes. And this week we've been working on a lot of content. Yeah. And Jackie and I have been working on the master course for the different tiers.
Right.
And it's a lot of work. And so the trap I fell into actually ties in pretty well with Monday's release. I was afraid to ask for help. I was afraid to ask for what I needed.
Wow.
Yeah. So
how did that show up for you?
How did it show up? Well, because I was working on it and I was, doing the normal work anyway. And suddenly it was just, hey, I've got to get this organized while I still remember everything. And I need to go back and I needed help. And I needed Mom to come up.
And did you get help?
I did eventually, but I'm a little bit disenfranchised, Mama, because you were supposed to have eyes in the back of your head. You were supposed to notice when I stopped coming over for dinner. You were supposed to just
that ends at like 18, 17?
No, I'm pretty sure that's forever. Okay, maybe this is why this is so important, because even when you know everything, you can still get caught up in it.
Right.
I just kept pushing through and getting more exhausted.
And I could see it.
Yeah.
I could see you were overwhelmed. But I know that you're in the middle of your work process. Yeah. You have your projects, I have my projects, we have our projects together.
Yeah.
I did not realize that I could have helped you in your project.
Yeah. So that's why it's funny, because when you know everything, it's so important to have a community. It's so important to have a community to be like, so what's going on?
So what's going on? Hey.
So, yeah.
Give us some scoop.
Yeah. So she had no idea that I would like some help.
Or that I would be that source of help.
Yeah, like that you would be.
Because you have a lot of different projects.
Because I didn't say anything. So that was the classic mind reading trap. I caught myself. I literally stopped in mid-task and I was like, okay, I know this pattern. I know this. So I used the framework then. I released the pattern. I did some EFT on myself. And I could just feel my nervous system shift from, I need to get this all done, and why is no one helping me, to, hey, this part, I know what to do, and no one else could help me finish it. Yeah. But this part, I know that I've got a community that wants to help me.
That's right.
And I felt my nervous system, it started to settle.
Okay, now what did you tap on specifically?
Ooh, I didn't want to be too much. I didn't want to cause too much of a stir. I didn't want to, you were busy with your projects. And so it was like, wait. And so I went through, and then I was like, I had that old belief there.
Yeah.
So that was fun. That led me to the second part of our framework, which is Rewire.
Right. But just so you guys remember, just naming it, that's the first step. And that helps shift.
It is so powerful too, because it goes from this cloud of busy, and I'm trying to keep track of everything, and I'm trying to get everything done in a timely manner, and to, I'm not asking for help when help could help me.
Right. And so naming it
is powerful.
Yeah, it helped you get to rewire.
It did. And so I did rewire, and I found the old belief. I found that if I ask, they're going to realize I'm not the super cool rock star that I pretend to be on TV. Okay.
I think you're super cool.
Thanks,
That's
Mom.
good.
Everyone hear that? My mom thinks I'm cool.
I know she is.
So then I was able to text.
Her dog thinks so too.
Freddie does. He's wonderful. So I was able to text for help, and I was like, hey, when you have a minute, can we re-record this segment?
Yep.
And you know what? We were able to streamline a lot of stuff, and you had a lot of really good ideas where I was trying to pull it together, and you're like, no, just do this, this, and that. And I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
So it was wonderful, though, because it restored. It was so restorative.
Yeah.
The finish, the follow-through. It restored me to myself. It restored our relationship because I was no longer there blaming Mom for not reading my mind.
I didn't know there was a problem in the relationship.
I'm saying there was I understand.
There's
a block.
There was a block. No. I hear you.
Yeah.
And I said yes as soon as I heard.
Yes, you did.
Because I know her and I trust her, and when she asks for help, you know, that's what we do. We help each other.
Mm-hmm. And so I loved that. It was such a small thing, but it was really powerful. And people can't help if they don't know what you need. And honestly, a lot of times people, myself included, we start off with this thing of, I can get through it all by myself.
Yeah, I got this.
Because you don't want to burden other people, or you don't want people to know that you're human like they are, or because you have patterns where it wasn't safe in the past to say, hey, I need some help.
I think you have some of that from your college experience.
Yeah.
So that cramming.
There was a lot of cramming in college.
Yeah.
With
honestly,
my GPA, you needed to cram to keep it.
Yeah, she did. But honestly, I was relieved that you asked because I could see you were struggling, but I didn't want to overstep.
Yeah, because that's the whole point, guys. It's a relationship. And so that's how I use the release, rewire, and restore method on myself. And it took what might have been a couple of days of frustration, and that becomes a little stone that I'm putting in my backpack, to something I could let go. I could leave it behind. And you know what? If I had asked and it wasn't a good time, that would have still been information, and it would have been like, hey, either I can continue to cram and push through, or I could wait till later, or I could maybe find a new way through. So that's me. Well, I'll just talk all day about myself.
All right. So
your turn.
On. No, we're done now. So thanks for joining. Okay.
Your turn, Mama.
My turn. Yeah. Mine ties into Wednesday's release, and that's over explaining. So I had to set a boundary with someone this week. Okay. I'm not going to go into details. It was my husband. But the issue was just with some health changes, some dietary changes. And basically, I was going to give him some information, and I gave way too much. I was trying to justify why it was so important. But instead of just giving him, what he could actually use.
Yeah, like 3 paragraphs.
The 3 paragraphs. I gave him the whole encyclopedia.
Oh, dear.
And a prequel.
Oh, my goodness.
And he was looking at me and he says, this is never going to work. And I'm like, whoa, wait. And so then we kind of scrapped it.
Yeah. Did you restart that?
Yeah, we did. We actually tapped.
Oh, wow.
We actually tapped. And I just, even though, I just gave way too much information.
Yeah.
And
knowing Dad the way I do, he probably was like, oh no, something must be really terribly wrong. And you're just there like, oh, look how everything ties together. Isn't this beautiful?
I was excited. It was my thing. And this leads to this, leads to this. And he says, so am I going to die?
Oh no.
Well, eventually, maybe when you're 100, but not from this.
Yeah. So that is over explaining. And that is something of,
Well, in my whole thing, it wasn't so much people pleasing, but I wanted him to know how much research I'd done because I love him. And so I think I could have just told him I loved him.
Yeah. So, and that I feel like is a nervous system response for you.
Yeah, it is.
You were preemptively saying, hey, look, here are these things and it's going to be great and we love it and blah, blah, blah. And see how everything ties together. Isn't this beautiful? Yeah. And you were trying to control the outcome.
I was, and I just confused it.
Yeah. And so what did you do next?
Well, I released. I tapped on that fear that, basically I'm afraid if I don't give enough information that I won't be understood.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I just, even though I'm afraid that I won't be enough, I won't do enough. I did not write down the exact, but it was in that vein because I did it right in the moment. I didn't have to write it down.
Yeah.
Because I'm used to doing it. It's a habit. And of course, I deeply and completely accept myself.
Yeah.
And then I felt myself relax.
What shifted?
The urgency. I mean, before tapping, it felt like I really had to make a presentation.
Yeah.
My husband's very smart and very organized, and I really wanted to fit it in so that he'd really understand it. But it didn't help.
Yeah. And naming it's important, realizing like, oh, I'm giving more detail than necessary for this situation.
And I had to ask myself, what am I actually afraid of?
Mm.
And even though I've been married 40 years, I wanted my husband to know, hey, she cares and she's smart. She's good at what she does. But I already knew that.
Hopefully he knows that too.
He does. Well, I knew that he knew that.
Yeah.
That I knew that.
So
we both knew that.
Yeah, and so that's the rewire part.
Right.
The updating the story.
Right. Yeah, so I deleted, the explanation and basically
the telenovela, the encyclopedia,
and I just said, hey, here's a good loose plan. What do you think? And he said, great. He said, hey, I appreciate you thinking about me. And this is just what I had in mind. I'm like,
okay, great.
Well, if I know it could be that easy, I wouldn't have spent 3 hours preparing.
Yeah. And so you got to restore that.
Yeah. And, my nervous system got that evidence that, I can come, with a small, gosh, I don't even want to, just with an idea.
Yeah.
And say, what do you think of this? Because we've been talking about some things we could do to get healthier.
Mm-hmm.
And, hey, what about this? Instead of, okay, I've done all the research, so you don't have to do anything. Just listen to what I'm going to say.
Nice. And you didn't have to manage the reaction.
And I didn't have to manage his reaction. No.
Yeah. So you just said it and you moved on.
Yep.
That's awesome. I love that. So you're seeing a pattern here, right? I hope both of our stories follow the same cycle.
Yes. Release, rewire, restore. It's not 3 separate things. It's one process.
Yeah, it is. Release is about acknowledging the pattern and discarding the stored emotions. So for me, it was the fear of asking for help, being perceived as, not capable or even being a burden.
Right.
And for Mom, it was the fear of...
Well, you could say judgment, but not in a bad way. But, like my husband's
you wanted
very
him
smart.
To know that you really
He's
loved
smart.
him.
He's a science guy. He's really smart. And I wanted him to see the science behind everything I was saying.
Yeah, and I
didn't want him to think, she's not scientific.
So we did release, and we used tapping to signal the nervous system. This feeling, this emotion can be released.
If he doesn't know me after 40 years,
Oh my goodness. And then what about rewire?
So it's about updating the belief that driving this actual pattern, it's not enough to just release, the emotion. You have to change the story. So Christina had to update asking makes me a burden to asking clearly is how partnerships work.
Yeah.
I had to update I need to justify what I say to, what? I can share how I feel.
Yeah. And restore is about giving your nervous system new evidence through lived experience. So you can't think your way into a new pattern.
Yeah.
Guys, everyone believe me. Please believe me. If you could just think your way better, you would have already done so.
It'd be done.
If you would have already just, I'm going to blah, blah, blah. You would have done it. Your brain is smart.
If it's that easy, everyone would have done it. And we'd all just be...
Guys, I guarantee you there are countless ways that you have, I'm going to do this, and then you just did it, and you didn't even realize what an accomplishment that was.
Right.
So your brain is always helping you, always trying to help you. Mm-hmm. And so if there is a sticking point, if there's a block in the way, don't just hold on to the rock.
Well, and this is what the process helps us do, because when we're stuck, it's because there's a reason, and that's what we're exploring.
Yeah.
And that's what we're restoring and rewiring and renewing.
So the nervous system learns, we're safe doing this new thing.
Yeah.
And
it was okay.
It was okay.
It was not even a deal.
Yeah. And the beautiful part, guys, every time you go through the cycle, it gets easier. The patterns start to shift. The fear gets quieter.
No, it's not about perfection.
Yes.
Okay. Practice makes progress.
Yes.
So
I love that one.
I love that. It's a great one. We still catch ourselves in these patterns, but now we have tools and we know what to do. So it's not about it never happening. Yeah. It's about what do I do when I get
everyone here is still human.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So guys, that's it for us for this coffee hour. Yeah. We look behind the scenes, but I want to hear from you.
Mm-hmm.
What pattern did you relate to most this week? And I know the week is still ongoing. And stay tuned for Thursdays and Fridays daily release.
Now, Monday, remember, it was being afraid to ask for what you need.
Tuesday, it's fear of judgment when you speak up.
Wednesday, over-explaining everything.
Drop it in the chat. And if you've used the framework this week, if you caught yourself in one of these patterns and applied release, rewire, restore, we want to hear about it.
So this is how we learn together. So let's open it up. What's landing for you?
All right. Thank you guys so much for being here today and sharing your stories.
All right. Now, this is why we do this. It's not because we have it all figured out, but it's because we've been living it and we're continuing that journey ourselves.
So release, rewire, restore. It's simple, but it's really powerful.
It is. And if you want to go deeper, if you want the workbook prompts, the guided practice, the full framework, it's all in the classroom on School.
We'll see you next week, guys. Keep practicing, keep noticing, keep releasing.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.